Doesn't it make you feel good when you get that type of feedback from a customer? That's great, isn't it? It's an endorsement that confirms that we are pretty good at selling new cars. And I've got a pile of letters here that back that up. We are good at delivering high levels of customer service. But as Steve said at the beginning of our presentation, unless we move up to complete customer satisfaction, everything we've done, all the good things we've been celebrating, the investments that have been made, the preparations that are in place, the new products, opportunities that are all about to become reality, well, they could all turn to dust. Why? Complacency. Complacency is the greatest danger we faced, and complete customer satisfaction is the antidote. Let me take you back to that scenario that Jan painted of what happened when IS200 arrived on the scene. And I was a regional manager at the time, and I still remember having to pacify, explain, make excuses to all those potential new customers. Why aren't there enough demos? Why aren't there enough sales staff to handle my inquiry? Why is it going to take a month to get my car because you haven't got enough technicians to do the PDI? And that was a single product launch. And now we're preparing for 3. True, we have the infrastructure in place, but that alone won't sell a solitary car or thrill a customer. We need to deliver on our potential, and we need to add attitude. Because attitude means staying hungry. Attitude means we can do it, and we can do it better than the rest. And that's what we need to do. We need to look at all the levels that we operate today, and however good we are, let's commit ourselves to beating them, and let's raise the bar even further. That's what complete customer satisfaction means. And we need to bring it to life across the entire business. We're good, but we're not good enough. The pursuit of perfection must never stop. We've still got a long way to go. Now, those of you who went to Canada remember seeing the pursuit of perfection in action. The sight of people valeting an empty body shell before it went to the paint shop. Yes, 7 people vacuuming, checking a bare body shell for debris and dust. A team of people filing every rivet, every spot weld to perfect smoothness. The quality control team checking the precise depth and angle of every seam. It was fantastic. Our challenge is to give every customer that same level of attention to detail that went into building their car. Every individual should be treated as the most important person ever to walk into your centre. And complete customer satisfaction means attending to every tiny detail. And legendary customer service is what happens when we get that right. Now, one of the ways we demonstrate attention to detail to the after-sales consultants is on the Managing the Customer Experience course. And we give them the 5-star experience. And then we ask them about the experience. And most go, oh, yeah, it was great. But a few, a bit uncomfortable. The point? Well, the point is they are experiencing a different world. They are experiencing the world of the Lexus customer, where attention to detail, it's a way of life. Our challenge is to tailor everything we do so that it works from the customer's point of view. You can't define legendary service through a set of processes. It has to be from the heart. It's from the imagination as well. We need to anticipate every customer's needs and be passionate about exceeding their expectations. Recently, I was in the US, and whilst there, I visited a few centres. And as impressive they were, and believe me, they were, one stood out for me, and this was a standalone site in Reno, Nevada. And it serves an area, roughly an average UK territory. 10 years ago, they were selling 140 cars a year and having an after-sales turnover of $4,500 a month. And if not losing money, just scraping a living. Well, today that same centre sells 1,000 cars a year and takes $180,000 a month through their after-sales. So what's their secret? Well, first, the attitude, the commitment, and the passion of the whole team to be different when it comes to customer service. They'd move from shop in shop to a standalone showroom and a workshop, but most importantly, They imposed zero tolerance on any slip from the highest customer service standards. That was on new cars, on used cars, and after sales. Now, yes, I know comparisons can be misleading, and maybe you're all sick and tired of hearing about the US, but this reminded me of a UK centre today. The Reno centre had made the leap of faith, and through good customer focus, coupled with new products, they'd gone from strength to strength. And everything that happens there, it can happen here. So, a less than impressed customer. And do you know what the sad thing is? It would have cost nothing to exceed his expectations. Just attention to detail. Now, I showed you the positive letters earlier. Well, this lot balanced the scales. And they tell me that customers were not impressed with quotes being more than they were told. They tell me they were not impressed with the quality of their car wash. They tell me they weren't impressed with faults not being fixed right first time. They tell me they weren't impressed by the attitude of some of our team members. They tell me they weren't impressed they had to keep calling to get a progress update when their car was in for a service. Not impressed they had to call to see if the part they'd ordered had come in or not. Not impressed they had to ring to book their car in for a service. And not impressed by a centre offering a 15-day lead time. So what are we going to do about it? We're going to root out the bad practice and we're going to replace it with industry-leading excellence in new car sales, used car sales and after sales. And I know most of you share my enthusiasm. So by capitalising on what we do well now, we can change up a gear and we can ensure delivery of complete customer satisfaction. That brings me on to the vital role to be played by after sales. It's not an afterthought department. It's the key in terms of customer service. We need to be offering to our customers. We need a revolution in the way we think about customer service. And that includes all of us in this room. The growth in Park means many new opportunities. And we need to be looking at retaining all our customers, or at least 70-80% of them. And that's through a combination of a great sales delivery and a fantastic after-sales experience. We need to be actively introducing customers to the after-sales department. Our after-sales consultants need to be more proactive and not just process-driven. Now, the Mystery Shop programme, it tells us we are polite, we impart the right amount of information, we become more transparent and consistent. In a nutshell, we do just enough. But do we really go that extra mile? Are we truly different from our competitors? Are we asking for the business? Because let's face it, if you don't sell that hour today, unlike the new or the used Lexus, it's not there to sell tomorrow. Customers tell us, as you heard at the beginning, buying the car was great. They had a relationship. But it's so different when they come back for service. They don't know anyone. We need to raise the profile of our after-sales consultants and make them feel important, make them feel part of the team. We have to treat these people well, and we have to pay them well. These are the people who see every single customer. They can make or break the long-term relationship with each customer. As the park increases, a much larger slice of your future income lies in after-sales. We ignore this at our peril. We need to have a business which is not only delivering on its promises, but is seen as offering value for money. We must capitalise on the available park. We must find ways to retain Lexus owners, but also to attract back the ones who've gone away or who never consider using us at all. This may mean being different in our approach to the costs incurred by our customers. And maybe it's offering guaranteed fixed prices. Maybe it's being more competitive to the older park. One thing is for sure, however, service packages on used cars are a great way to retain future business. We don't want to be a business who only sell and maintain new cars. And yes, complete customer satisfaction is a way of thinking. But we need programs as well to support its delivery. One key initiative, as I've already mentioned, is service packages. And we listen to your feedback, and from this year we have a new provider, a new service package program. It's web-based, so there's no more paper, and it now offers 3 different levels of service package, much more flexible and provides what the customers want. However, what will make it unique for Lexus customers is they have access to an exclusive website with offers on some 27 top brand name goods, all designed to make the customer feel part of a brand experience. From the 1st of March, we'll be launching Finishing Touches programs. This will give you the tools to personalise the customer's car by presetting their favourite radio channels, presetting home, work and other favourite destinations with their cars with SatNav. Finishing Touches also gives us an opportunity to ensure we explain fully the benefits of being part of the Lexus family in terms of roadside assistance and warranty cover. It also offers us another opportunity to discuss accessories to further personalise the customer's car. In essence, Finishing Touches is designed to give your sales team the time to explain all the features and benefits of owning a Lexus. It's all about building relationships. Now here's an example, and it happened to me and my partner, and it was in June, and it was the time of her birthday. And in the post on the big day, amongst all the other cards, was a personalised, handwritten card from the manager of a multinational store. Inside the card was a £5 gift token. So off we went down to the multinational store. It cost me 48 quid on top of the £5. But hey, let's face it, that £5 was never going to be enough. But the point is, what a clever way to manage your customer. It was unexpected. It was individual. And their £5 worth of investment, well, that gave them £48 worth of incremental revenue. And here I am telling all of you about it, so it must have worked. Now, we've got our own program for getting closer to the customer, Customer Relation Management, CRM. And 28 of you in this room have already seen the benefits of the CRM system we launched last year. And you're gaining a powerful relationship management tool. And as one of the Lexus managers said to me, you know, Steve, it's like having another member of staff on hand. Oh yeah, and it sells cars. Also this year, we'll be launching a program called Lexus Benchmarking. Now this is a program that will take the customer-centric perspective that I've been talking about. And in it, we will look at Lexus through the eyes of the customer, and we will ask, is this what I want, and is this how I want it? It will challenge the historic way of doing things by getting us to ask, why do we do that? By putting the customer in the circle and seeing our business the way they do. And by doing this, we can deliver what they want, rather than tell them what we think they want. It'll be looking at different ways to deliver legendary service. Now, maybe one way we'll be carrying out a service for an hour. And whilst in the States, I saw this at first hand. And the customers offered a time slot in the normal way, convenient to both parties. And on the day, in comes the car. In this case, 2 technicians, they're onto the car, and they have the service carried out in 45 minutes. It then goes to the valeting bay, where 4 valeters clean the inside and outside. And they know they have 10 minutes to do that. And during that time, the invoice is made up, the customer pays the bill. Exactly 59 minutes from when the car came in, it's serviced and it's fully valeted. And it was really slick. And you know what's even more interesting? This could be more convenient for our customers, and perhaps it's a way of reducing our courtesy car costs. Now, I understand right now this may not be right for the UK customer, but it's one of a number of ideas that we should consider. And you'll hear more about Lexus benchmarking later on this year. But I want to reassure you, whatever approach we take, it will always be from a customer-centric position. Now, we've talked about customer satisfaction in relation to new cars and after-sales. But let me add a word about Lexus used cars and that customer experience. And at best, we maintain our high standards. But at worst, we are embarrassingly bad. And I've seen mystery shop footage, which is appalling. In one tape, salesperson leaves the customer outside on the forecourt, off he goes to get the keys, comes back, and he virtually throws them at the customer, nod to the used car display area and says, that's the one there. Now surely, this is not what Lexus is about. We sold 8,000 used cars last year and 10,000 new ones, and yet we only sold 2,600 service plans. So instead of binding the customer to us for 3 years and letting them get the brand experience, we are treating buyers of used Lexus as if they shouldn't be on site. We seem happy to watch them drive into the sunset, never to return. Now, customers are telling us via the CRM program that, and listen to this, 52% of IS owners are considering going to an independent or a Toyota centre for service work. That's food for thought. Think of how much lost revenue that be as our park grows. Now, I estimate that is some £4.8 million of turnover that may be lost forever. I ask you, are we really prepared to say goodbye to those customers and that level of turnover? After all, it costs a lot less to keep a customer than it does to chase a new one. And as 80% of used customers are conquest, doesn't this represent an ideal opportunity to build our relationship, our reputation, and loyalty? So, is that the experience that we give people who buy a used Lexus from us? Right now, I don't get the letters describing what we've just heard, but I know it won't be long before those letters of praise start arriving. And to further support finishing touches and the Lexus pre-owned buying experience, this will become part of the CMM questionnaire. Ladies and gentlemen, complete customer satisfaction is not for some Lexus owners, it's for all of them. Let me finish with a word of thanks. This time last year, I said, grow your own. And you've done just that. We have some 50 apprentices on the Lexus Apprentice Programme, which is great, so I thank you for that. But we need to keep growing our own. And as you can see, we are going to need on average 6 more people per centre. And yet right now, we're looking at 35% staff turnover each year. So let's grow some more. But more importantly, let's look after the ones that we have. Let's work hard to keep the good staff. After all, customers want to know a familiar face. So in the future, when we look back, we'll see it as not only the year that Lexus launched 3 fantastic new models, but also as the start of Lexus being the brand apart from the rest, a brand that delivers more than what the customer wants. Ladies and gentlemen, you hold the key to the future. Hey, let's